Hi everyone, welcome to Knackler's workshop. Today we're going to have a bit of a look at fitting a taper turning attachment to my Myford ML7. So just to give you a bit of insight, so I bought this quite a while ago. I've given it a bit of a paint up and stripped it down, or stripped it down and gave it a paint up. So it's in reasonable condition, so hopefully it should be all okay. If you need to, the tools you'll need for this is some good old Whitworth spanners. So what we got there, can't see what that says, 7/16. No. Actually, it's that end we need. So it's 3/8 Whitworth. Sorry, 3/8 Whitworth that end. We've got a 1/4 Whitworth there, and 3/16. But the 3/16 you do. Sorry, 3/16 to get you on that one. But actually, if you want to use, if you've only got AF 7/16, seems to do the job. And the 1/4 Whitworth is, if you're adjusting the gibs, that does the lock nuts. So if you do pick up one of these, it's probably worth definitely trying to get hold of one of those. And there's a brand called 𝗘𝗟𝗟𝗢, a really old brand, which do very thin spanners, which make it a little bit easier. I've just ordered one myself. You can pick them up on eBay from time to time. And 3 bolts. Let me see whether I can tell you what size they are. They're a 1/4 BSF. So these bolt into the back of the casting on the bed of the lathe. So what I'm going to do, I'll reposition the camera over by the lathe, and then we start to go through the process of fitting this. Okay, back in a minute. Hi everyone. So we're over at the lathe. So the first thing we need to do is we need to disengage the cross slide screw. It's really simple actually. So you need a 5/16 Allen key. Probably should have mentioned that earlier on. Now I know this comes off because I've had a practice run, and I can assure you the lathe didn't look this clean before I started. So that's one. As always, good to have a bit of wood there just to put it your ways when you're moving chucks on and off. I know a Myford's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's just good practice and that to get into. Okay, so what we should be able to do is that just unwind now. So hopefully this should always, if you have to do this, it'll be fairly free. But if it should be tight or excessively tight, then stop and try and investigate what's going on. I mean, you can undo the gibs at the back here and slide the whole thing off, but it's not actually necessary for what we're doing now. I don't believe so anyway. Okay, so that's it. So that's off now. So I'll just put that on the bench with the Allen keys or the cap bolts. Okay, so what we need to do, let's remove that up out the way. It's a real shame the Myford showing its age, because although it's a long bed, it's been used primarily here, so getting the gibs adjusted where there's small wear here, it does go back, but it works with a power feed, but it's not as smooth as one might like it to be. But right, let me just get the other camera, and then I'll show you the back of the bed. Okay, so got the other camera here. I've taken the bit of wood away just because we're going to be working. So let me just whisk you over to the back. It's going to be a bit of a challenge here, nice and grubby. But along here we've got three. Bit hard to see. There's one. So we've got three holes, and they've got the Whitworth threads I spoke about earlier on. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the taper turning attachment on there and screw them on. Now I'll do that off camera because it's a bit hard to film, but it gives you an idea of where it goes. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute when I've screwed that on. Hi everyone, so it's several hours later. I've been messing around. I've taken the cross slide off. I've got it so this won't work now, but yeah, they go through all of them. So I've cleaned them all up. One of the things I sort of forgot to mention, by taking the screw out for the cross slide, what it does, it allows it to move freely. Yeah. So this is the taper turning attachment, and I've just set this to so you can just adjust this. And that will just to any old angle, yeah, to whatever angle you want. And you've got screws there so you can go the other way as well. So let's just put it at the extreme, so then that gives you, I think it's 10 degrees is the maximum you can do on here. So we just nip those up. Now, although I have got this to work, I do seem to have a problem. So I'll show you. So I put this one in, this because I've already tried this. This seems to be the best slot. So this now goes on top. And what we need to do is, so you can push the compound cross slide in. And align it. Sorry. Push it in a little bit more. Okay, so your 2 pins are locating there. Pop the nut on. Use now 5/16 Whitworth. We can tighten that up. Okay, just nip it up a bit tighter when we put the other end on. So we've got I don't know what you'd call it. So we hold the bottom. Goodness me. Turn the camera on and you lose the ability to work. There we go. Okay, so this one, by loosening this, let's just tighten that one up now. We've got things done. So we've got this one, these two tight. This allows you to do some fine adjusting of where you want. Let me just check out, you can see where you want your tool post to start from for your taper. So let's just put it there. Hold the bottom, just nip it up. So as we move the we traverse along the bed, we can see it moving automatically. So when you're on auto feed, it just allows you to cut a taper, which is it's pretty good. And obviously if you turn these around the other way, then it works fine. So this is all tickety-boo and working as it should do, so I've got no problem there. The problem I seem to have encountered, and hopefully there'll be some clever person out there who's going to give me a bit of indication. Let me just get one thing. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. So this is just a bar, so this is just going into the Myford Taper 2 on the spindle, just to give you an indication. Now, if I undo that and push that in, when I've put if I just put any old cutting tool, any old cutting tool, so if that won't go on. I'm having a good day here. There we go. Okay. So this is on this Myford's got the extended cross slide. So if I push that right up there, it won't allow me to move across, and I haven't got anywhere near the workpiece. So with the shortened cross slide, what that does is gives you the ability to you would have this much missing, so therefore it wouldn't foul on the bolt here. Now I could arguably move this back, but that's just going to make the problem even worse. If I move this in this direction, it effectively moves the cutting tool out further away. I mean, if I had a giant piece of, if I was working on a large diameter piece of metal, then yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. But on something small, this actually is a problem. So anyway, what we've got is, you can see, let me tighten that up. We can see, you know, the logic of how it works, that it comes away as we move along, therefore allowing you to cut a taper. And you can obviously put it on auto feed as you're coming along, so you can get a decent finish, rather than trying to do it with the compound slide and sticking electric drills on there and all sorts of things that I've seen people do. Anyway, so what's the conclusion? I've got a taper turning attachment that doesn't really work with my lathe. So I think unless someone comes up, what I could do, I suppose I've been thinking, is potentially push this, put a spacer in there, move the whole shebang out further, so that's a possibility, or get another standard size cross slide, which will be shorter and therefore make the problem go away. So I'm not too sure, can't show you this running obviously, because I can't get anywhere near the workpiece to demonstrate this, so sorry about that. But as soon as I've resolved it, I will show you. So hopefully this is of some use to someone, because before you pay good money for one of these, and they're quite expensive, you need to consider this. Yeah, okay, all right then. So as always, stay happy, strong and healthy, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheerio. Hi everyone. So I couldn't leave it alone, and you know, I had to find out the solution. And what first of all I tried was moving the whole taper turning attachment that way, because along the bed what you've got is many screw holes, so you can position it wherever you want. One thing you ought to know is the range of taper that you can cut is only about 8 8 inches. So so you do have a limitation of that. But actually I'm slightly ashamed of myself for not even thinking of it. It's just to turn the compound round, so that way you can move it in and out to get the right position. So it's dead easy. Seems to work. If you guys can think of a better way, and as you can see, I've moved that to the second one rather than the third where we had it earlier, and as we've turned, you can see the taper turning mechanism in action. So you don't have to. One other thing I should tell you is, once you set all this up, all you have to do, it may be pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just show you. So take that one off, try and get your arm in there, take that one off, lift that off. Now this is just a push fit on there, so that comes off. And then you just put your, turn your compound around, put your screw back in, do up the 2 Allen bolts that you saw us doing, and everything just works as normal, you know. And you can leave all this gubbins on there. You don't have to worry about that. So anyway, sorry for not thinking about that earlier, but it does seem that you can use it effectively without the need with the longer cross slide. Okay, so now the question is, what about turning something? Well, I've sort of run out of time now, so but let me just quickly show you what I want to make. So we're going to try and do a tapered thread. So this is effectively, this is a part for the 𝐒𝐄𝐇𝐘𝐋 Unimat SL, and I want to try and recreate this. So so we'll do that in another video. So we'll cut the taper, and then we'll see if we can cut this thread on the taper. So yeah, okay, so that's a little taster of something else to come. So for the second, or maybe the second time, depends whether I edit it out. Thanks for watching. Stay happy, strong and healthy, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.